Well, hello there to my mom and to my sister and my 3 friends that have decided to tune into this video. I am so excited that my book, Grief Done Differently, is finally out into the world. And one thing that really sweet people have been saying is, I'll read your next book. And I hate to burst their bubble, but you guys, I'm not writing another book. No, I'm not. I like to say that I'm one of those one-hit wonders or like a one-trick pony. I can't write another one because it was so hard and I'm not ready to put myself through that again. But then I got to thinking, I have been writing most of my life and I save basically all of it. So I have tons of content that I would love to share, but maybe just in a different medium. So I decided to try some videos instead of another book. So what I'm going to do is read to you an excerpt from something called Letters to Trevyn. It's from Monday, Monday, March 21st, back in 2005. If you read the book, then you know that I wrote letters to the boys since they were babies. And this one, it cracks me up. I don't know if it's totally appropriate, but it comes full circle. I do make a point at the end, so just stay with me, okay? So let's give this a shot. All right, remember I'm writing to Trevyn here. I have to tell you about the funniest thing you said the other day. About a month ago, Dad got a vasectomy. We dropped him off at his appointment, and then we hung around Lincoln until he was done. While we were waiting, you asked, "Okay, Mom, what exactly is Dad doing at the doctor?" Dad had been a little too embarrassed to tell you the whole truth when you had asked him earlier, but I was not feeling shy at the moment. I told you and Tyler how cool it is that people can actually make a baby and that we don't buy them at the store. I explained that the dad has this little thing inside called a sperm. It's a swimmy little fish thing. That's how I explained it. It probably wasn't the best explanation, but that's what I went with. And moms have this other thing called an egg. The two meet and eventually form a baby. What Dad is having done is an operation to cut the little tube that the sperm swims down so that we don't have any more babies. You and Tyler sat there in stunned silence. You were probably picturing Dad's belly full of crappie and Mom almost ready to grow feathers and lay an egg. You pretty much dropped the subject until about a week later. You were getting out of the bathtub when you ran out into the kitchen and excitedly said, "Mom, I felt how you made me." I was almost scared to ask what you meant, and then you breathlessly said, "Mom, I actually felt my egg." If you're reading this in adulthood, as you're supposed to be, then you probably can guess what you're referring to. I said, "Oh, Trev, don't you remember? The moms have the eggs and the dads have the little swimmy sperm." And you just said, "Oh yeah, that's right," and ran off to play. Okay, that cracks me up, and I don't know if it's truly funny or if it's just because it's my story and my kids. But like I said, I have some thoughts on this. Okay, so first of all, can I please talk to the parents of young kids? If there's one thing I could ask you guys to do, okay, not one thing because we have to do like the important things like feed the kids and change their diapers and make them go to school and stuff like that. But you guys, can you write to your kids? I wrote to the boys and about the boys their entire life. I wanted to remember all the little boy shenanigans and teenage year trials and everything in between. One time in particular, I wrote a letter to Trev and I put it on his bed. And I laid out how much I loved him and all the reasons why, and that I was just blessed to be his mom. And you guys, I'm so glad that I did, because if Trevyn had left this earth with all of my love for him still neatly locked in my heart, what a shame and what a waste. So you guys, love your kids. I mean, that goes without saying, but laugh with them and spend time with them. Put the dang phones away. And please, if you got it in you, just write to them. I feel like it's a gift to them and to you. Okay, thing number 2 is this. This may be a stretch, but I'm going to go there. Can we please start appreciating like the wonder in the world around us? Sure, Trev was a little misguided in his "I found my egg" discovery, but isn't it true that kids and adults, they look at the world so differently? Kids are like, hey, cool, let's try this, and sweet, I'm gonna jump off that. But somehow we adults, we've gotten dulled down by life. But it's not too late to change. So look for the good in life. Look for the fun and the lighthearted, or maybe just make some of your own. Like, how crazy is it that our food grows from the dirt or it hangs from trees in colorful, custom, biodegradable wrappers? Okay, and like in this excerpt, how about the miracle of childbirth and simple stuff like I cut my finger and it just magically heals? So miracles are happening all around if we just stop long enough to look up from our phones and to notice them. I feel like we find whatever we're looking for, so look for the good. For those of you struggling with loss and with grief, I understand that looking for the good, it can feel impossible on some days. I felt the same way after Trevyn's accident. I didn't even know if having a happy life was possible again. And then I came across a Bible verse. It's found in Psalm 27:13. Yet I'm confident I will see the Lord's goodness while I am here in the land of the living. So I'm God's girl, and I kind of thought, judging by our history, I was pretty confident that He wouldn't leave me. He's not just going to abandon me. So I had to be intentional about looking for the Lord's goodness, as the Bible promises. And you guys, this was hard. It felt so very odd and awkward because of my grief. But I started looking for the joy in the little things, like Matt, the cat, and Tyler throwing down in the living room. Man, they went at it. Laughing with my sister, or just a great cup of coffee on my day off. Even though I was heartbroken, I could feel like a tiny flicker of hope when I made the decision to look for the good. I remember a few months after the accident, my friend Kathy told me that she saw the old stuff come out the other day. Oh, yes, the old me. I felt like she was still there, buried under the grief and the snotty Kleenexes and the crumpled up inspirational quotes. So whether you're struggling today or not, I hope you remember two things. So number one, remember to tell the people in your life that you love them and all the reasons why. And number two, I hope that you open your eyes to the miracles all around you and to look for the good. I promise that you will find it every single time. So that is all I have for today. And if you haven't checked out my book yet, honestly, what are you waiting for? But it's available at Amazon, or if you're in the Milford area, you can contact me, or there's some local retailers that I will list in the notes. So thank you guys, and I will see you next time.